Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your boy King John 301, but you can call me KJ3. And big news out of the sports world, specifically the basketball world today. Big baller brand is going international. Triple B's are out to Lithuania. I'm here to give you guys a breakdown on it, my thoughts, allow you guys to express your opinions, your thoughts on this move. If you guys don't know already, Lamelo Ball and Liangelo Ball have signed, I think, a one-year deal with Lithuanian pro basketball team. I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly. Vytautas Pranay, who they play in the Baltic League, I'm reading. They're small sports team, but at the same time, I think they're going to allow the players to develop into professionals, like real professional ballers, and hopefully get them NBA ready. My thoughts on this move, well, this is coming off of a crazy few months for the Ball family. Liangelo Ball stealing in China. Let's talk about that for a second, because I think that's what really exploded this whole LeVar takes Lamelo, Liangelo out of school. I think it all started with the now I know that Lamelo was taken out of school prior to Liangelo, but I think Liangelo just kind of expedited it, sped up like this process it's really a shock to some people. For me personally, I don't know. I'm not saying I don't agree with the move, but I think there are like too many loose ends that I'm worried about, in my opinion, just for me. But this goes off the end of Liangelo's shoplifting in China, which is crazy event. Like, of all the places to shoplift, like China, I feel like the Ball family and Liangelo Ball especially, they dodged a bullet with that case. I don't know who helped them. I don't know if it was President Trump, executive, whoever helped them. I think Liangelo really dodged a bullet with that whole process in China. And that came off the heels of he wasn't getting that much playing time at UCLA. He's coming off the bench. And LeVar wants more playing time for him, wants him and Lamelo to be playing together. And then pulls Lamelo out of school, says he's going to homeschool him, work on his basketball together, because I think they had a change in head coaching or something like that at Chino Hills. So he pulls both his sons, his two remaining sons, from the UCLA program, because remember, they both had deals with UCLA. Lonzo, Liangelo, and Lamelo, all three were gonna. The plan was gonna go to. We're going to go to UCLA, and now that is out of the picture. Now that's kind of where I first I don't know about that, because a lot of people are saying that, okay, now since they're out of UCLA, they definitely have no chance of making the NBA. And I'm like, okay, that first of all, that doesn't make sense. There are plenty of European players that eventually make it to the NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo was 18 years old when he was drafted by the Bucks, and he made it to the NBA. He was playing over in Greece. So I'm like, you can't really say that European players, just because they've gone professionally European now, that they're not going to make the NBA. That doesn't really make sense. Sure, the route may be harder. Sure, they have to go through more steps, I guess, to get those NBA scouts and those NBA eyes, or get back on the NBA scouts' radars. Sure, that may be a harder way to go, but at the same time, it's not impossible. I think LeVar said that his goal is to get Liangelo and Lamelo on the Lakers to play with Lonzo. So as of right now, the reason I can't really go against LeVar Ball in this is because he's accomplished it once. I get it. A lot of people are saying that Lonzo is the best Ball brother, so he's bound to go to the NBA. Sure, but at the same time, LeVar said what he's going to do with Lonzo. He said where Lonzo is going to go, and he said was exactly what's going to happen, and exactly it did happen for Lonzo. Head of the Lakers, a future player, franchise player. So it's like what LeVar Ball has said so far, it has been correct. He's somehow gotten it to work. I don't know how. Dude's a marketing genius. You got to give him that, even if you don't disrespect his moves. Now, moving on to what I think, another loose end, I think, is just Lamelo. He's 16 years old. This is a big move for him. And not saying that it's not a big move for Jello as well, but Jello is 19 years old. I mean, he's I couldn't like right now in America, he's considered an adult, 1 year over being an adult. Sure, he doesn't have to go to college. He can go somewhere else. Plenty of American teens go pro, but again, he's over 18, so it's like it's a risk at the same time, but it's not as big of a risk for Liangelo. For Lamelo, it's like kid's a junior, gonna be a senior next year, 16 years old, and I'm like, first of all, they're both gonna experience culture shocks, a culture shock in Lithuania, and I'm just like, is this the best move for Lamelo? Because what you guys have to remember is that he's 16. He's pulled out of high school. I don't know how he's going to get his high school diploma or if he's going to get his high school diploma. He might pull a LeBron James and just go pro. But like what happens? See, I'm thinking kind of ahead of time because what a lot of us like aren't thinking about now is that the one and done thing. We're not thinking about what that means after this person's career. Like usually careers can go, I mean, they're not even guaranteed to do this, but usually we think of an NBA career 12, 13, 14, 15 seasons. And the reason we call Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, reason we call those people, we call those players legends is because they're able to sustain a high level of play for all those years, 15 seasons in probably the most competitive league in the world. So that's why they're partly legends too. But you're not guaranteed, a lot of us forget this, you're not guaranteed to go 12, 13, 14, 15 seasons, even 20 seasons deep like a Tim Duncan. You're not like KG. You're not guaranteed to do that. Your career can, you see how D Rose's career is ending, like injury after injury. Sure, he may be injury prone, but at the same time, you're not guaranteed to have that long lasting career. You're not guaranteed to be LeBron James and be basically set for life. Sure, LeBron didn't graduate, didn't go to college, but at the same time, what does he have, like a $1 billion deal with Nike? Like once LeBron retires, he's still going to be getting paid. LaMelo, Liangelo, they're not LeBron, or I mean, I can say yet if I will, if I dare. They're not like that LeBron status. So if you're taking LaMelo out of high school at 16 years old, what I'm thinking of is what happens when his career is over. Let's say he does have a legendary career, like just legendary as in terms of time. Let's say he plays for 15 seasons, maybe he goes pro in Europe, makes it to the NBA, plays a few seasons there, retires. What happens then? Like a lot of us don't think about what happens to these one and done players once they retire. Even if they even make it to a 15 year career and become a legendary player, become a Hall of Fame player. It's so much, it's so slim, kind of like just becoming an NBA player. Like the chances of going to college, chances of getting drafted highly, chances of not being dropped to the G League or something, the chances of becoming a star, becoming a legend, and doing that over and over and over for years to come, for more than a decade. That's crazy. It's a lot of risk in that position. So I'm like, for LaMelo, it's a big jump just to go play pro football. Now, the other side to that is like, I follow football a lot, real football, not American football, right? I follow football, and a lot of the kids are like 16, can be 16, 17 wonder kids, and they're going to play professionally for some clubs. That's different in a way, such that because some football clubs allow like or have academies, so they go to school and they play and they become a professional player and develop professionally while playing like the highest level of football there is. But in this case, I don't know about schooling. I just don't know about, I don't know if if LaMelo's gonna get it like a high school degree at least or something like that. So I'm kind of thinking in the long term, like, is this a bad move? Because what happens when the b-ball career is over? You know what I mean? This may be a good move now. I think it really is a good move, and I think both the team, let me find their name again, Pranay and the Ball brothers are benefiting. I think it's a mutual thing because Pranay, as I was reading here, it's in a town base of 10,000 people, and it's struggling to find fans, and the Ball publicity can basically enlarge that, basically bring them the attention they need. Their tickets for a game are like €5. That's not bad, you know what I'm saying? But it's in a relatively small town, basically like a college campus. Um, and they're just looking for more publicity. So it kind of goes hand in hand, and they're willing to put in the time and effort to develop Lamelo and Liangelo, who they're saying aren't coming from the most disciplined style of basketball. They're going to be going up against better players. They're going to be running a different system. I've read reports that their coach doesn't really doesn't speak English at all, so that goes back to the culture shock. So it's gonna be a lot, especially for the youngest one, Lamelo, Liangelo. I don't know where he stays on this deal. You know what I mean? He should be all right. Again, the goal is to get to the NBA, and I just to all the people who think like they're not going to do that just because they went to go play Euroball, that's false. You got to take that out of your head. Especially in the last few years, how they've signed KP, Giannis, Sarge, basically a lot of European players. It's not impossible to go to Europe and then be drafted into the NBA. But the loose ends are kind of like they're bugging me. It's like what do you do after? Like what is the goal for Lamelo? Because let's say Liangelo gets drafted to the NBA, what happens to like and the scouts aren't really feeling Lamelo? Is he gonna take a shot at a G League team, or is he gonna keep playing that European pro ball until he can make it to the NBA? Because nothing's guaranteed. At the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed. You can have a career-ending injury, stop playing. I'm not wishing that or hoping that on any of these players, but at the same time, it's not guaranteed. Um, yeah, a lot of this stuff is good fortune and hard work, and just being blessed with the abilities you have and hoping you can turn it into something higher. So let me know what you guys think. Honestly, if I'm rating this move from LeVar Ball, I have to put it at like a 7, because I'm not really like a Ball family hater or something like that. I don't. Yes, LeVar Ball is a loudmouth. Yes, he likes to talk. Yes, he says some outlandish crap. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to concern myself with exaggeration. Like Lonzo better than Steph Curry. Okay, we know that's not true. So why are you guys taking it seriously to the point where you just hate on the family and hate for them to do badly? And if you guys don't agree with the move, don't hate on them just because you don't agree and you don't want to see your claim or your opinion go to ash. Like you can not agree with it and still support the Ball brothers. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they're doing their path, they're following their passion, and if people are like not supporting it just because they don't want their opinion to be wrong, it's kind of selfish and it's kind of stupid at the same time. So I give this move a 7 for LeVar Ball. I'm hoping it works out for them, because this has been really a big fiasco just with UCLA, the schools and stuff like that. But I think they found a good club that will develop Lamelo and Liangelo. Hopefully they make it to the NBA. Hopefully we get to see their full potential and then get to see it in the NBA as well. So, I mean, good luck to the Ball brothers. If you guys have any comments or any thoughts, make sure you leave that in the comments below. I'll try to hit up as much of them as I can find, maybe have a conversation about this decision. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Thanks for checking out this video. Peace.